Well, greetings. Here we are on the porch again for another episode of On the Porch with Pastor. And my dog, there's a story there. I don't know if you can hear it or not. He keeps trying to unlatch the door and come out with me. Um, we did a Kramer on him, or actually set him up for a Kramer. If you don't know what a Kramer is, on the show Seinfeld, when he used to come into Jerry's room, he would always just open the door and barge his way in rather violently. And one time, as luck would have it, Jerry had locked the door, and he didn't know it, and he just kind of face planted into the door. So anyway, our storm door had a problem with the latch for quite a while, and you could just push on it and get it open. So anytime I left the door open, and it was just the storm door shut, if I was outside and the dog wanted to come out, he'd just jump up and push it open and come out, a la Kramer, even if I didn't want him. And I fixed the latch, and so he, he just came barreling through trying to get out and kind of face planted into the storm door, a la Kramer. But anyway, we continue. This is continuing from our stories from Front Porch Tales by Philip Gully, and this installment is simply called Where I Stand. Jay, a friend of mine, once observed that the only thing it takes to make an insane asylum is an empty room and the right people. He said this during a church meeting, which caused the rest of us to wonder what he was implying. I've always prided myself on my robust mental health. 34 years old and no breakdown, at least not yet. My wife said I came close once. That was the autumn Saturday when we went to Nashville, a small town 3 counties down, where God went overboard with fall leaves. Being a place of beauty in a plain Jane state, Nashville receives more visitors than Disneyland. Still, it's good to go there at least once a year, if only to be reminded why we don't live in Los Angeles. I suspect it was the car exhaust fumes that disrupted my thought processes and compelled me to take a shortcut to Nashville. We ended up temporarily misplaced in a little town called Pumpkin Center. It had a gas, grocery, video, Elvis memorabilia store. I went inside to ask directions. This, despite my father's clear teaching never to ask directions from anyone with 3 first names. So I asked Billy Bob Clyde how to get to Nashville. Well, you go over to Cecil Hopper's place and turn right, then you take a left at Skeeter Hodges' farm, then go straight ahead till you reach Nashville. Now I know why older folks stick compasses on their dashboards. We finally made it to Nashville. Simply climbed a tree and looked for the smog. Got there in time to buy some ice cream and a genuine rubber tomahawk for our then 2-year-old who has since scalped 2 cats and a chihuahua. I saw my grandpa the next day and told him about our trip. He's in the Fellowship of Compass Carriers. Always knows right where he is and right where he's headed. I used to laugh at him and call him Columbus. Hey Columbus, how's life on the Nina, the Pinto, and the Ave Maria? He'd given me a blank stare. My grandpa may not know his history, but he never gets lost. Truth be told, I sometimes envy folks like my grandpa, folks who have this sixth sense concerning the life path they need to take. As for me, I spend a lot of time roaming the back roads, never certain what I think about things most folks are clear on. My grandpa eyeballs his compass, and down the road he goes. No situational ethics for him, by golly. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and let the chips fall where they may. I'm more of a on the one hand this, but on the other hand that kind of guy. This can cause problems when you're a minister. Folks expect me to know right where I stand, especially in church meetings. I don't know what this presumes about ministers, but I'm not encouraged. I'll tell you where I stand. I stand for integrity. and for erring on the side of grace, and for reading to your children. Oh, yeah, and for staying home on Saturdays in the fall. As I think about this, I'm reminded that my own grandpa used to have a compass on the dashboard of his pickup. I can remember many a times riding in the truck with him and just watching that compass as it would spin when he would meander down the road. It's what the Bible is for us. It's a compass. It's to make sure that we don't get lost on life's journey. Or if we are lost, we don't stay that way. I guess not too many people use compasses anymore. Now we use GPS, satellite, and all of those things. I do that myself. But I heard Michael Jr., Christian comedian, one time say something that I thought was a very good analogy. He likened the GPS system in vehicles to the Holy Spirit's direction in the Christian. See, sometimes we might take a wrong turn and get lost. Maybe lose our bearings a bit. Maybe even find ourselves in the bad side of town and we get a little anxious or nervous. But the Holy Spirit always knows the way home if we'll just ask Him. So, friend, no matter where you are today, why don't you ask Him to help you find your way home? I've had a difficult day today. Beautiful out here. It's sunny. I'm a blessed man. If I started counting my blessings, there's absolutely no reason to have the bad attitude I've had all day. But I've had one anyway, and I don't know why. Oh yeah, there's been some unfortunate things that have happened. A flat tire, a cracked side mirror, and all these things that can happen to kind of dampen your day. But truth be told, I didn't have a good attitude when I rolled out of bed today. And I've discovered that when you start with a bad attitude, your flesh will start looking for ways to justify it. So you start counting the bad things that happen to you in your day rather than rejoicing in the good. Maybe I need to just take some time and consult my compass again and get my head on right. Or, as the reference from the old movie goes, need to get my mind right. Some of you will get that. Some of you won't. Special shout out to my buddy Bert, who sent me a timely text when I was grappling with a flat tire. Love you, brother, and take care.